You are listening to the Ex-Girlfriend Tattoo Podcast.
Howdy, I'm Austin Larson, and you're listening to Austin Talks Through the Movie. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the program, and I apologize that I've been away for so long. Long story short, Loran and I made it back home from Florida right about 6 months ago. She started working again right around the time she started work. I ended up switching careers. Let's see. I'm working in Washington State's recreational cannabis industry, and she's working in commercial baking. We both work nights, and while that's perfect for the both of us, isn't ideal for scheduling a whole lot of interviews. I was already having trouble coming up with new content for the Ex-Girlfriend Tattoo Podcast, so I did kind of make the decision that Austin Talks Through the Movie is going to be the main program from here on out. That doesn't mean that the Ex-Girlfriend Tattoo Podcast is going to go away entirely. If you have an idea for an episode, or maybe a guest, or anything like that, I'd love to hear ideas and possible suggestions for episodes. Might happen, might not. I've just decided that for me, it's going to be more productive to go ahead and just focus my energy and resources onto Austin Talks Through the Movie. Spidey York has been my best friend for over 10 years. I first had him on the program right about a year ago. He knew that I was kind of trying to get some new content out there, get some new episodes produced, but he also had a pretty big announcement that he wanted to share, so we were able to help each other out a little bit. I tried to stay on topic as best I could, but not only was I catching up with my best friend, this was the last conversation that I had with him and that I will have with him for the foreseeable future. So, without any further ado, please, kick back, relax, smoke 'em if you got 'em, and enjoy the one and only Mr. Spidey York.
Yay, everybody don't clap at once. How's everybody doing? I guess I'm asking a question that nobody's really going to answer. Anyway, a brief update on me. Well, the last time we left off with me, life was kind of in the toilet, and it's still kind of that way. I'm actually got a big announcement. Not so sure when the best time to get that would be. But
I have it written into the program, man.
Perfect. Well, then I'll just have to wait for that.
Hey, yeah, no worry. I mean, honestly, low-key, I was just kind of introducing you, but if you got something to say, please, go ahead, brother.
Oh, no, actually, I was going to admonish you for putting me on the spot and making me talk, you know.
Well, if we want to get into it, so you might notice that the audio might not quite sync up. Someone was too big a fucking prima donna to learn how to use Zoom, like the rest of us, and we're actually recording the video on my iPad.
Just because Zoom is for children and...
Zoom is for professionals.
Professional.
You know, I'm really going to ask you not to use that word on my show, thank you. But also, I've walked some pretty fucking stupid people through Zoom, and, eye of the beholder, buddy.
No comment.
Love you too. So anyway, sorry, kind of just picking things up here for the sake of it. The first time we met you, Spidey, you had just gotten out of jail for dragging a cop down the road, is that correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. All right. And, well, right now, I guess, not as recently, but you did recently get out of jail, right?
Yep.
How long was this last stay?
Well, this last stay was actually the same as the only amount of time I wound up doing for dragging the cop, which is 30 days. So, I mean, it wasn't too long, but, like, in jail, time, like, stands still, man. It creaks by slower than, you know, a dead snail's pace, so... It feels like an eternity that you're in there. Especially when you're like me, you got like the attention span of a puppy dog.
Yeah, man, that sounds rough.
It is. I mean, the only bright side is honestly the food. Some of it's pretty fucking nasty, but others it's like,
You said the food was actually a benefit. Shit, last time you really admonished that food.
Yeah, that's because I didn't eat that time I got sentenced to 6 months, I didn't really eat all that much, and I had to keep myself in the mindset of I hate all food in order to maintain that. These little 30-day stints that I do, so in 30 days, you can go ham, especially with how hectic my regular life has, been, how active. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go ham on this food, and I don't know if it's just that I'm hungry or if they changed the recipe, but either way, so it tastes pretty good. Most of it does.
I think soy might have finally grown on you, motherfucker.
Well, hey, they did change their soy thing. There's too many people with soy allergies now or something like that, so they had to change to something else. I don't know what they changed to, but...
Oh, and that one guy who's a vegan and, non-organic foods against his religion, right?
The hippie, yeah, he didn't eat, he didn't bathe. Well, he didn't bathe even when he was eating, but he made them bring him shit from Whole Foods, man. He got his way.
It's funny that you mentioned guys not bathing, because earlier today, I ran into a fella who smelled just like fucking
Dude, no joke, that hippie guy, when I met him in jail, he smelled just like fucking I think hippies just have a scent.
Dude, probably. So, kind of getting back to people we know, while you were in jail, this most recent visit, did you see anyone that you knew before this most recent visit?
Yeah, I see them all the time. They live there.
Hey, right? I feel you. Let's see. Kind of switching gears. Any staff that you knew outside of jail?
If I see, I've seen COs in Walmart and stuff like that, and we're not supposed to talk to them. We've had inmate CO relations in the past, and they're not supposed to talk to us if they see us on the street, and we're not supposed to bother them. However, there's one person that works at the jail. She's not a guard. She's a receptionist. She used to babysit me when I was a little kid, so I see her and talk to her from time to time.
Fair enough. I guess one I was kind of specifically thinking of, and I guess he's not a CO. I was thinking of something else. But in that first interview, you introduced us to a lot of colorful characters at the Umatilla County Bed and Breakfast. Let's see. There was one that's coming to mind. The one. Don't flush. Let it soak. Did you see him at all? I know that you guys were locked up around the same time.
He's actually in there about every time I go in there. He told me that he actually goes in there on purpose sometimes, when he gets too cold or something like that, because he's homeless. He lives in a tent in a park somewhere. And
that's really fucking sad.
Yeah, it is. He says when he gets too cold or when he gets too hungry, something like that, he'll go do something stupid and get arrested so he can get revoked by his PO and stay a few nights in jail.
Man, that's fucking sad. That is, oh god, that's awful. This most recent visit, since this has taken place during the great pandemic of COVID-19, what sort of precautions do they have for you in jail?
None. They wipe down everything with warm water, and they give you a little nasty butt rag mask, and that's it.
Were you required to wear it all the time?
Only when we were out of our cells.
Fuck. This most recent visit, just because of the timing of the year, you spent both Christmas and New Year's in jail, right?
Yep.
What was Christmas like in jail?
Honestly, better than it was with the family.
I mean, okay, with your family, I mean... Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Man, imagine having Christmas with, Everybody Loves Raymond's mom. Okay, Marie. That's what having Christmas at Grandma's is like.
I had a Christmas where was legally prohibited from seeing me, and it was the greatest Christmas any of us ever had.
I had a Christmas that she just spent with her doves.
So what was New Year's like in jail?
Honestly, it was I didn't even know it was New Year's night. I mean, nobody... it was really nice of the jail to give us a Christmas present this year. It was a cookie, but, getting something in jail is better than, not. I mean, that's the case kind of all the time, but especially in jail. So they gave us a Christmas present, but the jail didn't acknowledge New Year's, and none of us even knew it was New Year's night when it rolled around.
Damn. Kind of going back to Christmas presents, you got a cookie for Christmas in jail. What did you think of the Christmas present that I got for you this year?
Dude, that was the best fucking Christmas present I've ever gotten in my life.
All right. I'm really glad you liked it, man.
I sent for that, man.
Very true. You know what? Here, but without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's roll the clip of your Christmas present right here.
Spidey, what am I to do with you? First of all, this very suspicious screen name, not so almighty Spidey. Spidey. Chris Hanson here of Hanson versus Predators. To catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hanson. Now, Spidey, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there. I've been going through some transcripts, Spidey, and I have some questions and some concerns. You know, Spidey, we're still climbing out of a pandemic. You're still supposed to be socially distant, flattening the curve, not, well, coming close to or violating the terms of your probation. You're only hurting yourself. It's not only the sort of behavior that could lead you to meet me in a dark kitchen, it's something that could lead you to not be able to spend Christmas and New Year with your loved ones and family. So give that some thought. Austin Larson and the rest of the fellas and people would love to see you. So do the right thing. I'll be watching, and I'll see you soon on the TV and my YouTube channel with new investigations. Please don't be in them. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, do the right thing. Try to have a happy holiday. Take care.
Okay, so now that I'm thinking about it, I really probably should have told old Chris Hanson exactly what you were in jail for, or what your probation was, rather.
Well, it's not like I was in jail because I was a cop predator or nothing.
Well, yeah, but it's not like I told him that, so I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there.
I gotta talk to this young man's pedophile friend named Spider.
Spider-Man. Okay, so we've both been huge TCAP fans. That's been established for quite some time now. Have you, I know I asked you this back in July when we did the FU episode. Have you seen any of Hanson versus Predator yet?
There was a while back that I was like watching old TCAP reruns on YouTube, and I think I might have watched an episode of that or like a clip from it or something, but I have literally seen maybe 3 seconds of that show, if that.
You said you do watch some reruns on YouTube. Have you kept up with any of the channels that are like doing progress reports on these guys?
No, especially not like as of lately. I've been using like social media even less and less. I'm busy.
No, hey, dude, I feel it. You are a very busy guy. But anyway, so a lot of these channels, I'm trying to think, let's see, I think Joey's TCAP channel comes to mind, and I want to say The Cappening, but a lot of these channels are doing more or less progress reports of these guys, and it is shocking to see how many of them are married, some cases remarried, and have kids now.
I want to know how that dude who didn't have a last name, I want to know what his wife calls herself now.
Mrs. No Last Name.
Mrs. I don't have a last name.
But no, dude, it's weird. Like, fucking, like Jeff Stacy's married, and, like, his wife is, well...
Jeff Stacy got married.
He asked her the question!
He asked a question!
Will you marry me?
I wasn't scared to ask it, it's just a question.
But yeah, that, and, like, his wife is, like, even if you didn't know anything about what he was convicted of, if you were just, like, looking at what he looks like and his wife, you'd be like, oh my god, that dude must be rich or hung or both.
He must be fucking hung, because, like, if he can pull that off...
Yeah.
He must
Especially
be
with a voice like that!
Especially with a Mickey Mouse with his balls kicked up into his throwing type of voice.
Chris Hanson was kind of the innovator, if you will, but so many people have kind of followed in his footsteps. I feel like everyone and their mother has their own Predator page now. Spidey, you yourself, would you ever consider hunting predators online?
Man, I don't need to hunt them online. I know where a bunch of them are out here in town. you learn a lot of things in jail, let's just say that.
Hey man, you know what? To each their own. To each their own. I feel that. Alright, so, well, I mean, kind of going off on that, you've been a very busy guy lately. How's your online presence?
Well, honestly, like, I mean, it hasn't, like, taken off like the way I'd like to see it, but, like, compared to what it was when I first started, like, really getting into it a few months back, like, I'm just blown away at, like, the attention, and not just attention, because attention is one thing, but I mean positive attention on like this content. And I actually had a really cool offer the other day that unfortunately I had to turn down. I post to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok, and every time I put a video up on TikTok, I upload them to all the various sites. I get messaged over Instagram and it was saying how, really liked my videos and I'm like really talented and really good at what I do, and he wanted to invite me to participate in an online audition with the talent agency that he works for. It's just like legit talent agency, and this is, the thing that they do. They take in people that they recognize talent in, and they have them perform for their company, and then they get, a commission for it. And it was amazing that I was even given the opportunity to participate in that, but I had some things come up, and I wasn't going to be able to make it.
Hey, you know what, man? I mean, shit happens, and I mean, like, on one hand, I'm really glad that you're getting that recognition that you deserve. But on the other hand, I mean, it kind of sucks that you're really not at a point where you can really enjoy it. I mean,
Well, to be completely honest with you, I have really bad anxiety, like super, super bad, and I don't know if I could like do it in front of other people. I don't know if I could get up on stage and like perform. I kind of like the gig I got going now, where I'm in a car doing it by myself, and then I put out what's good, because it takes me about 50 million tries to get it right.
I feel it. All right. Well, so dude, you've been my best friend for about 10 years now. Literally 10 years. Yeah, because we met, it'll be 10 years this September?
Yeah, look at me, Lars. I'm almost dead. You're sucking the life right out of me.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you and the horse your mother fucked to conceive you.
Hey, you're just jealous, okay?
Of your mother or the horse?
Both.
You got me. But seriously, the past 10 years, I mean, God, like, it's so funny. It's one of those stereotypical stories. When we first met, we fucking hated each other.
Yeah, this fat guy stepped on my foot, or I stepped on his foot, and he gored me into a locker.
You had it coming. But, I mean,
No.
I needed surgery on that foot anyway. I had an ingrown toenail I was in denial about, and you happened to pop it because, before that day, I didn't know you could pop an ingrown toenail, but you can.
Let me just stop you right there real quick. Like, what the fuck is to be in denial about ingrown toenail? What?
Okay, so I had never had any sort of, like surgery before. I mean, I had never really had any sort of surgery, and, just going to the doctor and having him, like, operate specifically on my foot like that. I mean, I was nervous. I was fucking 16 and nervous. Fuck you. In the past 10 years, I've been I've been a part of a lot of big parts of your life, and you and mine too. I think we graduated high school together, your wedding, the recovery after your awful car accident. I mean, no pun intended, I've been there for a lot of the highs and the lows, and, it really makes me honored that this will be, the platform that you publicly make your big announcement on. I mean, I know that you've already told your family. I know I was one of the first people you told, but just now kind of throwing it out in the open, You'll be there by the time this airs, because I'm not fast at editing anything and I fuck up a lot and I get distracted very easily. But so please, without any further ado, Spidey, I'm going to hand the floor to you so you can make your announcement.
Alright, thank you, sir. Everybody quiet down now. So, to anybody viewing this, I don't know if you're able to tell or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure you are, but some aren't. I'm a bad druggie. I'm gone. I mean, all the time. Can't even remember the last time I went without. I'm on supervised probation also because of my criminal history, and that requires me to take a piss test once a month. And I've failed every one of those tests for the past 4 months. My PO, though, instead of being someone who's quick to penalize, she'd rather actually help the situation get better. In her words, exactly, where jail's not going to help anything. So she asked if I was interested in going to inpatient rehab, and I told her I was. And so here, either tomorrow, this weekend, or the latest Tuesday, I will be transported over to Oregon, where I'll be staying at Gospel Recovery for the next at least 6 months.
Well, thank you for sharing. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to publicly admit that. I mean, and even more to admit that you have a problem like that. It's been a long time coming, dude. I'm glad it just finally worked out for us.
Me too.
I mean, it on one hand, it does kind of suck because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fucking, like, movies planned to kind of watch on this show for you and I specifically, but then I realized you weren't gonna learn how to use Zoom, and I was like, you know what, fuck him, I can't have him on. And then you decided to go to rehab, so it made it easy on me. And
I think just being in rehab and not having contact with, like, the outside world or you, the one who drives me to do what I do, I think that'll make the world a difference in my life. So, see, you're sitting there like smoking drugs and stuff like that.
And you never once said that me smoking weed bothered you.
You're making my skin itch, man.
Oh, fuck you!
I want to go suck a dick right now for some weed.
Yeah, I bet you do want to suck a dick right now.
Hell yeah.
God, I love you, man. That's one thing that, holy shit, whether it be that truck that hit you, the legal system, the penal system, your ex-wife, any of your ex-girlfriends, or your own fucking family, no one has taken your sense of humor.
Man, that's all I got, because if I'm not laughing, I'm crying.
So, this is really kind of going back, but we've agreed, like, basically throughout all the interviews we've done, that meth is kind of your weapon of choice, right?
Yeah, it's like the only one now.
How'd you get involved with meth? And I mean, like, I guess let me help out with that's very vague, and I don't like how that's worded. Meth really isn't a glamorous drug, I mean, I feel like heroin, cocaine, pills, alcohol, etc. All of those ones have, like, a spokesperson, or you can find an example of someone who was, talented and beautiful and, artistically gifted and etc. with all of those. But I feel like meth really goes out of its way to not be sexy. I
get exactly what you're saying.
So yeah, I guess how did you get involved with meth? Like what was the actual appeal there?
Like you remember, like, those cocaine nights and like all the bad binges, and how taking bottles of Dramamine or
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Do you mean the bad coke binges that you and I have been on?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember those. I remember those.
Do you remember, like, swallowing bottles of fucking diphenhydramine just to potentiate the high of our...
Oh, God, the high of our pills?
Yeah, like, I don't know if you noticed back then, but yeah, I fucking went hard. Like, when it comes to me and drugs, man, it's just, there's no limit, no cap.
Dude, you remember, like, all those days that we went to Walmart at lunch and each bought a bottle of Tussin and just, like, fucking plugged our noses and just... Dude, oh my god. Like, I don't remember writing, like, half the essays I did in fucking senior year.
I don't remember half my senior year. But, no, dude, it's just, ever since I started using, like, even as low class of a, drug, quote unquote, is marijuana, ever since I started using mind-altering substances, it's just always, like, kind of felt the urge to, have more, get higher and higher and higher. And I, after the accident, was gone, military was kaput, couldn't do that anymore, they wouldn't let me enlist. And so I was just kind of like up shit creek at that point. Pretty pissed that my grandparents gave my car away to
fuck.
And so I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go have fun. And, we had already done cocaine, and so it wasn't, like, there wasn't, lure there. I mean, yeah, it was fun, but, I already knew what it was like. I was like, you know what? I got a friend who fucks around. It's dope. I am going to fucking do meth. And so I hit her up one day, and I willingly made the choice to do it.
Damn, man. It was literally just like that? Shit.
And, like, honestly, like, perhaps this was a contributing factor. When I came back to Oregon after, finishing outpatient rehab in Alabama, I started buying pills again through one of our old dealers. And, like, yeah, they were, all right, and they were good little morphines, but it's like, they didn't really, like, affect me like they used to. Like,
wait, shit, who are you getting this from? Oh, sorry. Oh, shit, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if, just the hospital had got me, like, my tolerance to pain medication so high, or or what it was, but they just weren't affecting me, and so I was like, I need to fucking get high, but I can't get high on this shit that I, used to get high on. It's just not working for me. So this led to that, and it started the slow decline of my life. Well, actually, decline is a matter of perspective. Everybody else will tell you it's a definite decline. However, whereas I do see definite downsides, I see downsides in everything. And I'm not gonna lie and say I don't have fun with it. So
I'm glad you're doing the right thing, because, dude, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Back when we were in high school. Anyway, and real quick, I'm just gonna plug what I'm smoking on right here. I am smoking on the joysticks from Green Revolution. Let's see, if you're in Washington State, these should be available at most of your favorite cannabis retailers. I'm smoking on the Elevate blend right now. These guys are truly wonderful. Let's see, instead of being rolled in the traditional way, like a joint, they are packed on a machine like a cigarette. There's a nice keef plug on the end, and they ship with a Bavita pack. It's not a paid endorsement, by the way. I'm just a huge fan of the product.
I bet you are over there smoking on joystick, aren't you, Larson?
Oh, yes, I am. This is my second one during the program. I feel like we were kind of robbed of our early 20s together, because I know in high school we were always fantasizing about, oh man, I can't wait till the day that we can drink legally together and, we can, fucking yit-da-da-da-da. I mean, I know that, early on, kind of during senior year, I had kind of a crisis, wondering about drugs and alcohol. And I did kind of flirt with the whole straight edge thing. But you yourself kind of told me, that fucking when we were old enough to drink, it'd be all about bar hopping and shit, And I mean, I guess in a way, I was kind of looking forward to, those years in our early 20s, hanging out with you and getting drunk and partying and shit. I mean, I think, legitimately, we've only gotten drunk at a bar once together, and even then, I, had to lie to your grandparents about where I took you, and and then that weird guy, showed up, and, he wouldn't leave us alone, and you just told him to shut the fuck up, and...
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Oh, yeah. How can I forget?
Good, and we got the hats, which, oh shit, I'm actually looking at mine right now.
I'd love to say, hey man, I know exactly where mine's at. Indeed, I have 2 possessions left in my name. So,
hey, shit happens.
And you know what? It's probably at my grandparents' house somewhere, but not anywhere I know.
God, I hope so, man. But kind of switching gears here. So this is Austin Talks Through the Movie, and today we're going to be talking about The Good Family. Let's see. So
terrible.
Okay, we're going to get to that. So real quickly here, Spidey, I guess in your personal experiences, have cartoons, ever impacted any of your romantic relationships? I guess, maybe you bond over one, or, your partner's not into a certain one, so you really just, that kind of creates a rift, or anything like that?
I've never had a partner, not into the same cartoons as, I'm into. However, there was one that, I can't even really watch Family Guy by myself anymore, because that is just... Q and I are Peter and Lois. It's just...
Yeah, you are.
And, it's... We bonded over that. We watched every episode, at least 12 times. And, I watched, the newer episodes that, weren't out yet when her and I were together. But all the old ones, it's man, that just reminds me of chilling in my room. So, no. Mm-hmm.
Family Guy brings you to tears, all right.
Yeah.
I feel that, that's one thing. So when I was with she fucking hated King of the Hill, and that was one that, yeah, I know, right? I'm glad that Loran really loves King of the Hill, because, yeah, we can totally watch that shit together, and it's awesome, but Loran's pretty easy with cartoons, to be honest. So, The Good Family, that was on the ABC channel, and that was only on the air for one season. It was created by, I want to say, Dave Krinsky, John Altshuler, and, of course, Mike Judge. Let's see, and, of course, Mike Judge, best known for movies like Office Space, Idiocracy, and Extract, but, of course, he also created the animated series, Beavis and Butthead, and King of the Hill. So, Spidey, were you a fan of King of the Hill?
I fucking love King of the Hill.
Me too. We have watched that show many a time together. Do you have a favorite episode?
Oh, jeez. Probably you're gonna have to say the one where Cotton's running around going, Tojo took my seeds, I killed Kitty Man.
Oh, man. Let's see. For me, you remember that one where, like, Hank Hill accidentally smoked pot?
Yes.
That's a pretty good one. Either that or the one where Peggy accidentally gives the recipe for mustard gas out.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, yeah, it's great. You know, she's writing her advice column for, you know, the Arlen, you know, Spectator or Shopper or whatever. But, okay, yeah, so this was Mike Judge's first attempt at a show after King of the Hill. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to read the description, you know, for it. All right, and meet Gerald and Helen Good, a couple who lives by the motto, what would Al Gore do? They're zealous vegans, they drive a hybrid, and they recycle everything possible. Even the family dog, Shay, is vegan. Alright, so Spidey and I are going to be watching the pilot episode of The Good Family today. We're going to be watching it for free on Tubi. Link is in the description. Alright, so if you plan on watching the pilot episode of The Good Family, go ahead and pause it here. Otherwise, we're going to get right into it. Well, alright, so Spidey, what'd you think of that?
Well, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm just a little disappointed in, you know, that being work of Mike Judge and, well, it being that. It didn't jive with me, man.
You know, I feel that. I mean, you know, right from the beginning, support our troops and their opponent. What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know, like, there was a whole bunch of these like, weird little, it seemed like they're inside jokes that, you know, maybe are between two people that nobody else would ever get.
That's a good way to put it.
And, like, this is funny to you, but, like, what the fuck do you mean? I mean, I don't know.
Dude, seriously, you know? And then, of course, oh my god, everything about that first intro, just it's very cringe. But did you notice, like, that the intro for the show is can't hold a candle to fucking King of the Hill?
You really can't. In fact,
which also, sorry, side note, you ever notice how in the intro to King of the Hill, like, fucking, there's garbage being taken out by Luann and Peggy, and there's a flat tire being changed and a couch being moved, and all the dudes just fucking stand there around watching?
That sounds like Texas for you.
Yeah, fuck Dallas.
But no, man, that entire cartoon, like, I didn't even like the animation style. It was weird. It kind of made me feel nauseated.
And what was up with that mother-daughter grocery shopping? Like, that was their big date? Jesus.
Dude, that reminds me of, like, mine and my grandma's dates, though, because she takes me grocery shopping, like, every week, and she makes a little date out of it. She's like, oh, I'm going to get you a drink, I'm going to get you, like, thank you, Grandma, spoil me.
Alright, and then, of course, but those moms at the grocery store, they're fucking too close with their daughters, you know? It's not that fucking, you know, like, Helen and Bliss aren't close enough, it's that, you know, yeah, they're too close.
No cap kind of reminded me of my mom and my sister.
Oh my god.
They're close, too.
I love how, you know, the internet or religious fanatics are the only two authorities on sex. God, and then when they out the SUV driver at the grocery store.
We're just gonna put it out there, you know, I didn't enjoy, like, a single second of that, man.
Okay, you know, fair enough.
Like,
but
it's as if I sat on a pile of thorns, and I couldn't find the thorns, and they kept poking me. You know, they're all in my butt, and they kept poking me, and I couldn't find them and get them out. That's what through that hill was like.
Shit, man. Okay, you know, that's very powerful. Okay, but holy shit, when Gerald's home spinning that toilet paper, where the fuck was that, like, at this time last year?
Right?
Okay, but then when they're kind of at that weird sex ed fair at the university, can you imagine, like, the Hills, Hank, Peggy, Bobby, and possibly Luann going to that?
I don't think that'd be a very fitting place for, at least Hank to go.
Yeah, you're telling me, dude. Alright.
I mean, I could see maybe Peggy doing it if she was going through one of her, like, oh, I'm still young phases, but Hank, no way.
When Helen's kind of talking about Bliss getting caught exploring, you know, with that jacuzzi, you know, in the tub, I think everyone's been caught exploring at least once, right, Spidey?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
I got...
Oh, go ahead.
I got caught because it was my own... No, my...
No, you gotta fucking tell it now.
I got caught because it was my own mother.
Hey, you know what? Happens to the best of us. I mean, fuck. I mean, shit. Loran caught me just the other day, so I'm probably gonna jerk off right after this.
Oh, right. That's hot. All right.
Anyway, but then of course, when like the women are discussing, like how mom's first orgasm, I've always discussed, my first orgasm with my daughter. I'm pretty sure mom's first orgasm was a VHS I saw as a kid.
Man, now according to my mom, she don't even acknowledge that stuff happens with her.
Speaking of your mom, oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say she doesn't acknowledge bodily functions or anything. So I make my most valiantly attempted effort to say the grossest shit that comes out of my body, like this earwax that I found growing in my belly button one time. Oh my god.
So speaking of your mom, didn't she go to a purity ball like when she was that age?
Yeah, but she was just going there to fuck shit up.
I was gonna say how'd that turn out for her, given her virginity to.
Well, that was her first husband.
Fucking A, dude.
They got married at that very dance.
Oh, God.
She only left him because he's an alcoholic.
And then when that DMV guy says, you got 100%, I did not expect that from your handwriting to Ubuntu, I fucking felt that in my goddamn soul.
Yeah.
Alright, so when they said that Dancing with the Stars greatly improved the quality of their dancing, I shudder to think what it was like before.
Yeah, because, if that improves your dancing quality, then it must have been pretty bad.
Seriously, man. And did any of the Fast and Furious movies have hybrids or Priuses in them?
Fuck no, they didn't drive that pussy foo-foo car, they drove man cars.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Ubuntu was fucking shit up in that thing.
Please.
And then, of course...
I was just saying, you know what? I used to, zip around Baker super fast on fucking shit up all the time on one of them chick bikes. And you know what? I got around super fast on that thing, but it didn't take away the fact that it was a chick bike.
What's a chick bike?
Well, a bike that's, literally cut for a female.
Oh, okay, so you mean it's a bicycle?
Yeah.
Don't even make it sound cool like you're on a fucking scooter or something, dude.
Hey, bicycles are way cooler than scooters, okay?
Yeah,
Scooters
they fucking are.
Yeah.
I'm a hardcore bike guy, dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was before I fucked my knee up.
You fucked your knee up. We both know what happened. Okay?
Yeah, dude, no, fuck you. I got kneecapped at a fucking Bouncing Souls show, dude. So that last line in the episode, it's okay. The important part is you feel guilty. Or maybe not even the last line, but near the end. That's a fucking Hank Hill quote for sure.
Has to be.
So now for some of my final thoughts on the pilot episode of The Good Family. So, inverting King of the Hill just does not work. I mean, it doesn't have the same magic. Hank Hill was a guy who was a stickler to the rules to the point where if they contradicted themselves, he was still a stickler about it. I mean, it was comical. Gerald Good, I mean, what? He doesn't have any rules, so he's allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants? The conflict isn't there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't feel like he was a very relatable character.
He really wasn't. I mean, I'll put it this way. We all know a Hank Hill.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all know a Gerald Good, but it's someone that we try not to think about. As awful as that sounds. There's just some people that don't make for interesting television, you know?
These are facts.
Alright, and I just noticed that Hank's friends, right out the gate, they were a big part of King of the Hill, where we don't see Gerald's friends at all.
Because nobody wants to hang out with him, just like you just said.
Yeah, he doesn't have any fucking friends. What a loser.
He's sounding more and more like me.
Aw, boo. There is only one season of this show out, and all of it's on Tubi, so I would strongly recommend that you check it out. I mean, contrary to what Spidey says here, I mean, I'm just saying, I think that it's worth at least watching once, just as a companion piece to King of the Hill, maybe, You know, like, I don't know, if there was some crossover, like maybe Gerald and Hank, or, you know, like cousins, although, I don't know, like Hank Good, that sounds too much like Good Hank, and Good Hank's a baby.
I thought a good Hank was when you pulled on your wiener really good.
No, that's a great Hank.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I would actually stay here 22 minutes of your life because you'll never get it back and just...
Well, okay, so you have, you know, a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B, you know, so... Spidey, congratulations, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna suck that 6 months, you know, but I mean, we're all proud of you, we all love you. Please, as soon as you're able to contact me, I'd love to hear from you. If you ever want, you know, a message relayed on the show, I'd be happy to. I'm really hoping this kind of takes off, so... Thank you for kind of being my guinea pig here. I mean, it's I haven't really recorded anything in 6 months. I mean, all right, and yeah, so we're kind of closing here. Spidey, before we go, is there anyone you want to shout out?
No one in particular that I want to shout out. But I will say that to you guys who like are out there rocking with me. Love y'all.
And we love you, man. Hey, I mean, honestly, I can't wait till a year from now when I don't know what the fuck I'll be doing, like, show-wise, but, you know, like, when you're out of, you know, rehab and you're, you know, fucking shit up in a good way, dude, I mean, I can't wait for you to see this.
Speaking of being out of rehab, I want everybody to take note of this. Yes, it's sad, but it is only temporary. The cracktivities will continue in the universe. Crack Manson never dies.
Crack Manson never dies.
Crack Manson never dies.
Oh my god. Well, Spidey, thank you so much for being on the show today, dude. Really appreciate it. Love you, my guy. I will be speaking to you sooner than you know, alright?
Love you too, buddy. Peace, everybody.